Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV. We are here with the final thing of content for the day. It hasn't really been that exhausting. I've been able to kind of chill a little bit. I know my internet has been bad. My latency has been fucking terrible lately on the channel. I apologize for that. We've had a lot of broken frames and stuff. But we are here to talk about four good games tonight. I'm not going to talk about Wizards, Jazz, or Thunder and Lakers because those weren't really that good of games. Excuse me. Let's get into it with the Grizzlies and the Nets. Luke Kennard scores a season-high 25 points. The Grizzlies beat the Nets by 4 to end a 5-game losing streak. This game doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because neither of these teams are really up to much, sadly. But it's cool, man. It's always cool to see, I guess. The Memphis Grizzlies pummeled the Brooklyn Nets with hammers and daggers all game. Trey Jemison blocked Nick Claxton. Well, that was kind of wild. Dennis Smith Jr. was playing good defense. Just all game. Dennis Smith Jr. was a force defensively. Lonnie Walker was throwing it down and playing good defense as well, but the Grizzlies ended up winning the day. You get 29 points for Luke Kennard. He shot 67% from three. You get 14 and 10 off the bench for LaRavia, so that's pretty cool. Those two played a good basketball game. Looking at the other side of things, you get 21 points out of Nick Claxton, who shot 80%. Obviously, not a great game from DFS. He wasn't really up to much. I don't know. It is what it is. This is obviously two poverty teams that aren't up to anything. They don't even know where they're going. Neither of these teams don't know what direction they're going in. At least with the Grizzlies, I guess you could say they have Ja Morant's return. I got waves, bro. I'm telling you, dude. 360 as fuck. I'm just playing. Moving on to the Clippers and the Bucks. This was a game I watched in its entirety. I watched the NBA TV. I normally only watch the primetime doubleheaders. So if I don't watch anything else in between, that's why. And I don't have any in depth. But looking at the Clippers and the Bucks, I don't know how the Clippers lost this. They've had a couple of inexcusable losses in the past, especially since All-Star break. But yeah, Bucks don't yet have Giannis Antetokounmpo, but still beat the Clippers by 7 for their 6th straight win. 6-0 coming out of All-Star break. A lot of pressure being alleviated off of Doc Rivers after they've kind of figured it out over the break. Not even the absence of Giannis Antetokounmpo could cool off the Milwaukee Bucks. They've been playing phenomenal lately. Yeah, dude, Bobby Portis was fired up, bringing the energy to the crowd. Great Bucks player. I see him as kind of like a Marcus Smart was for the Celtics. He just brings so much energy. He's the heart of this team. He's a great player. Obviously Bones Highland was dishing the rock. James Harden was as well. Damian Lillard was hitting tough shots, and Pat Bev was hitting tough shots as well. But my goodness, I would say Bobby Portis. I wouldn't say he was the MVP of the night because obviously Dame had a fantastic performance, but he put up a great performance. He played really well. He played better than expected. He filled the gap that was Giannis Antetokounmpo pretty well there. Looking at the Clippers, Clippers didn't play too bad. 29 points for Paul George while shooting 60% from three. You get 29 from James Harden, who shot 50% from three. I will say Terrence Mann didn't play great. I would have almost rather had guys like Norman Powell and Amir Coffey playing over him and getting some more minutes, which I guess they did kind of make that adjustment because he wasn't really up to much, and Clippers fans have shared their grievances about Terrence Mann, but definitely in this game it showed. Looking at the Bucks, Dame put up 41, and off the frickin' bench, 28 and 16 for Bobby Portis, shooting 67% overall. That's a perfect way to replace Giannis. These are big games. These are good teams. If you can knock teams off like this, dude, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Bucks. That's a really good win. They've definitely moved themselves back into second since the All-Star break. I haven't really noticed how well they've been playing either until tonight, so good stuff. Moving on to Blazers and Timberwolves. Somehow the Timberwolves struggled with this. Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley powered the Timberwolves past the Trailblazers by 5. Obviously, Rudy Gobert is going to be a double-double machine, scoring the rock at a high level, rebounding the rock at a high level. Absolutely sensational performance. Obviously, solid scoring, solid passing from a guy like Mike Conley, just kind of filling in the gaps for this team. Minnesota Timberwolves completed a 4-game season sweep of Portland. They beat the Trailblazers again. It's obviously depressing for the Trailblazers, but they're not that good, so what do you expect? Nickeil Alexander-Walker was hitting threes. Kyle Anderson was throwing it down. So was Rudy Gobert, and he was getting tough shots to fall all game. It was kind of funny, Anthony Edwards not making it on time for tip-off. There was kind of a meme. It was kind of a funny thing going around, I guess. But yeah, Rudy Gobert was playing great. Trailblazers had their performers. I mean, 26 points for Doo-Wop Reath. He's kind of came out of nowhere and became a rotation man. I don't know what the fuck happened to Robert Williams. Obviously, there's no DeAndre Ayton, so he's his fill too. But Anthony Simons 34 and 14 while shooting 50%. But they couldn't really get Jabari Walker going this game, sadly, and that's really what caused them to lose. They didn't play bad as a team. It's just a guy like that wasn't playing great. But what can you do? I mean, this team doesn't really have much to offer at that 3 position, that 3 or 4 position. All they really have on this team is Keegan Murray right now. No Jeremy Grant tonight especially, so the forwards are looking rough. A lot of injuries hindering this team, but obviously they don't really care. They're not trying to win that many games. Moving on, final game I want to talk about is the Bulls and the Kings, and this is perhaps the highlight game of the night because, man, oh man, what a comeback. Huge W for the Bulls. They've came up with a lot of statement wins recently, and they're actually playing really good. They're on the up and up. Here, let me just look through their games real quick. They've obviously lost to the Bucks, but, they've beat the Bulls. I mean, they're a little back and forth, I will say. They're consistently 500 throughout the season, but they've had a couple win streaks here and there, and they've been playing pretty solid. But yeah, DeMar DeRozan had a huge fourth quarter, outscoring the Kings completely, having a very LeBron-esque performance that we saw against the Clippers. Kobe White was hitting big shots. I mean, obviously the Kings were making a lot of mistakes and sold the game, but still, great game from guys like Kobe White, and allowing Domantas Sabonis to foul out. That's huge as well. It's a smart play to get him to foul out. Smooth offense all around. Just a really good win for the Bulls. 33 points for DeMar DeRozan while shooting 67% from 3. You get 10 and 13 from Vooch, who shot 40% from 3. You get 37 points for Kobe White. You also get 20 points out of Ayo Dosunmu, who shot 40% from 3 and 60% overall. And obviously, you're not going to get that many games like this for the Chicago Bulls. But this is a really good time to have a game like this, especially against a team of the Kings' caliber. Looking at the Kings, obviously Domantas Sabonis, despite fouling out, still put up 18 and 21. You get 20 and 10 out of De'Aaron Fox shooting 50%. I don't know. I guess a guy like Alex Len, they don't really have depth at that big man position, especially when a guy like Domantas Sabonis fouls out. So it's kind of unfortunate. I don't know. Things happened down the stretch that didn't go the Kings' way, and they just kind of lost the game. But talking about tomorrow's games, there's a couple games to be excited about. My Celtics are playing the Cavs. Hopefully Donovan Mitchell plays so that can actually be a good game. Donovan Mitchell's out. Yikes, okay. Well, okay, I guess that won't be that good of a game. We got that game. Who else is playing tomorrow? The Pacers are playing the Mavs, and the Suns are playing the Nuggets. So, again, I'm probably going to watch the doubleheader. Super excited for that. Going to be some great basketball. Anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I am out. I'm just going to chill for the rest of the night. Obviously, I don't have school, so I can fucking sleep in till 11, wake up and start my content day. But, yeah, man, it's been your boy. Obviously, today we dropped a Soprano review. Tomorrow we are dropping a review for the original to, the sequel of Scream. The movie was kind of worse than the next one, but I don't know.